Welcome back to our 100% playthrough of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In today's episode, we are continuing on from completing the Striking the Heart quest, our quest from Ayla to take out the quote-unquote Silver Hand leader, who had no name and is absolutely not the leader. And now we have been given a second mission. So before we tackle that, let's go ahead, do our run-through of depositing all of our items we don't need anymore, and re-kitting up for the mission we were just given. Now, if you saw the last episode, you saw a little trick that we used. The reason we're overweight and we're able to get all the way over here is because when you're overweight and you mount a horse, you are still able to fast travel while overweight, as long as you are on a horse. So in this case, we just need to drag our slow selves back to town square. And there is a little secret you can use to move a little bit faster. Grab a bow, sneak, and aim the bow, and you notice you actually move at normal crouching speed. Just don't aim it at anyone, because bounty's the last thing we need right now.
Consider joining up myself.
Just one little trick I've always used to get around town a little bit faster, when you just quite can't cut it anymore. Now, to make sure everyone's going to be awake, let's wait until at least noon. Okay, now before we go trading everything in, let's make sure that anything we got is not better than what we currently have. I mean, the bow is going to be the bow for a while, I have a feeling. Unless we really get lucky with an ebony or daedric bow. As for armor, we probably have more of a chance to swap some things. Helmet-wise, we don't have anything that can compare. Now this silver armor, I think, actually is better than the wolf. 36, 20 pounds. 46, but 40. It's double the weight. No thanks. We're already having weight issues. So let's go ahead and stick out with what we have for now. I don't think we have arms, though, do we? Iron 12 and 5. Do we have any arms? There we go. Actually, better and less weight. Perfect. At that point, that's about all we can do for now. So let's go ahead and get our speech up.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
Oh, you got dragon
for sale,
bone?
my friend. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Probably not, because we haven't triggered the dragon yet. And I have no intention to until this Silver War is done. So let's go ahead and load up on arrows so we have them at the ready. Any type of arrow that we can afford, since we're going to go on a selling spree here. Don't need the old bow anymore. Pretty much if it's not equipped and it's not favorited, out it goes. Except for the Skyforge. You all are cool. And notice this is helping with our speech, which is perfect. The more an item is valued at, the faster it raises your speech skill. I don't use shields. Jewelry, fine. Get rid of all the armor that we don't have equipped, especially at heavy stuff. And that should be all we need. The potions have come in our dire need in that last dungeon, so let's go ahead, get rid of everything else, and we should be about good. A miscellaneous thing that has weight that is not a smithing material, like ruined books. A non-important books, like these, that are not quest specific or related to a quest. And that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and check if he has a spell books for us, because we definitely need some new spells. So we're still stuck with the basic healing, but I don't believe we have Bound Sword. If so, that can help us with our conjuration drastically. So go books, find the spell book we just got. Apparently we have a lot of stolen books. We need to dump those somewhere, because they do take up a lot of weight. 1 pound for every book. And see if we can read it. We can, so that's perfect. We definitely want this magic spell. It is a good way to level up your conjuration when you don't really have a whole lot of options, because, sorry to say, that familiar's not doing much. Okay. And just like that, we're able to move again. Got quite a bit of weight to spare. And that is taking our backpack into account, right? Let's proceed on. So at this point, that was all we needed to do. Let's go ahead and check our quest. So she wants us to do steal the plans. We've heard rumors of a Silverhand lieutenant camped at Redoran's retreat. If I can steal their plans, we could track down their chief hideout. Oh, so Ayla even admits the Silverhand leader wasn't the actual leader. Perfect. So again, you can press box to show the location on the map instead of having to wander around looking for it. And Redoran's retreat is... This is where we really have to take the terrain into account. So if you zoom the map in, you can better see the mountains and hills, because this area almost makes a triangle with Whiterun and Morthal. However, if we come at from Morthal, you can see here, we're going to have to climb over some mountains. So probably not the best way to go about it. Instead, Whiterun, it looks like it's just a straight shot there. So we'll just head out from here, not have to do any funny business. Like whatever the heck you were doing up on the roof, Sigurd. Alright, so we have the bow in one light, and in the other light we want Bound Sword with healing.
What are you looking at?
Perfect.
I'm not afraid of you, no.
Alright, next stop is going to be Redoran's retreat, but let's go ahead and reconvene with our horse. That way, again, we can over-encumber ourselves and just quick travel back. Take the expressway down, and our horse should be waiting at the stables. One little trick, if you do lose track of where you parked your horse last, you usually can just fast travel to a location and the horse will automatically be teleported to wherever you fast travel. But if you're just coming out of a town, they'll usually be at the stables. So in this case, let's make sure this is our only active quest, so we only have one marker popping up. Looks like it is. And let's go. Of course, if we see anything interesting on the way, we'll always make a pit stop. It's all about the journey, not so much about the destination. And I can already see we have some crabs coming up. So let's go ahead and test out our new bound sword. These are pretty cool because they do create different weapons. And when you attack, as you can see, and do damage, it does count for your conjuration skill. And you know daggone well I'm going to be using that bound bow when we get it. I may be a stealth archer at heart, but if it counts as magic, don't worry, we'll also be doing all the Kamehameha shenanigans as well. Now, I wouldn't dare try to take a bound sword to a woolly mammoth or giant, because our conjuration skill is in the toilet right now. It will not do squat to them. But as long as you don't attack them, they're usually pretty cool with you. Unless you get too close to them for too long and annoy the heck out of them. Like even that giant, as long as we move on. Oh, that's a deer. That was a pretty good fake out there, buddy. You should get an Oscar. But if it was a giant, as long as you keep moving and don't just sit there and provoke him, even he won't mess with you. Unless you get around their mammoths, whatever you do, do not mess with the woolly mammoths around giants. At this point, it looks like we are on top of Redoran's retreat, so let's dismount. Yeah, what the heck, let's at least get to the door in case we are overweight. Wherever it is, it must be a hole in the wall somewhere. Aha. So it looks like a mine shaft. Let's do it. Redoran's retreat. Okay. So now what we want to do is go ahead and get our Skyforged steel axe in one hand, bound sword in the other, and let's have some dual wielding magic. This will actually level up both our conjuration and our one armed all at the same time. Take absolutely everything since our getaway horse is parked right outside. And let's go ahead and level up, get our stamina up, which we're going to need for this. Looks like we need a little bit more to level up. Thought we were there. That's why we were so slow, we were sneaking. Don't care, we're taking it all. And the good thing about the level up is we can, one, increase the stamina for our charge attacks, and two, we can go ahead and increase in conjuration mystic bindings so that our bound weapons, in this case the bound sword, will do more damage. And at that point we can switch out the Skyforged steel axe with oak flesh so we take less damage from physical attacks. While that's going on, let's also raise a zombie so that we can have ourselves an extra helper here. You're our lucky puppet. Let's go, buddy. While that's going on, quickly unlock the chest here. And right now time is frozen while I'm unlocking this, and while I'm in the menu here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, take everything, and go ahead and deposit all of our stolen books. There are a few vendors that can take stolen items. One's in the College of Winterhold. The other one is in... oh, what's it called? The Thieves Guild. And if you can get your speech skill high enough, there is a perk you can take where you can sell stolen merchandise to any vendor. But we are not near any of those things being a possibility. So for now, if it's stolen, it goes away. because it's just taking up space. Let's go, my zombie. And if you fail me, you shall turn back to dust.
Should wait for me. But they... Huh?
I ain't waiting, I'm smacking you in the face. Keep blocking. Keep blocking. Jeez, our zombie got lost apparently. Let's raise another. Hey, wake up. Need some help here.
Rest, huh?
Oh yeah. Pinch her in.
All you got?
Come on, zombie, you can do it. Perfect opportunity. Great job. I bow to you, my friend. Well done. Go ahead and take everything she has. Just drag her on over here. Looks like she could use a nap. And we'll go on about our business. Go ahead and continue taking everything. If we get overweight, that's perfectly fine. Deactivate the bear trap. Take everything, which would include the item Ayla wanted us to take. All your items belong to us. Doesn't matter if we make noise now. We're just playing to a solo crowd. They're not even ringing. Is there anything we can cook just to get some of the items out of our inventory? Anything at all? No. Nope. So we have what we have. Let's continue on. There's been a surprising lack of quest-related books on any of these quests, which has been very surprising. Silverhand has not wanted to tell us much. Go ahead and take all of our zombie stuff. At this point, we are done with this one. Let's go ahead, get back to Ayla, sell off all of our goods, and get ready for whatever they have next for us, as we are done with Redoran's retreat. Okay, now luckily in this situation we didn't even need the horse because we didn't get over encumbered somehow. So let's go ahead and just head back to Whiterun so we can put an end to this mission and pick back up on the next one, as well as refitting from all the stuff we just got. Okay, and I always fast travel to Dragon's Reach because then you can just jump down the waterfall, made especially easier when you get the whirlwind sprint ability, and just hop over to Jorvaskr. Quick, easy. Alright, Ayla, we got it.
I've been running interference for you around here. I don't think anyone's caught on to our little campaign. Yet.
Yet. Well, I got the plans.
Perfect. Hopefully this will let us know more about their movement. I think we've got them on the run.
Okay. Looking for work.
And there is more work to be done. But I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our recent efforts. He's asked to see you. My advice, always be honest with the old man, but don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
So be honest, but don't spill the beans. Gotcha. Unless he asks us to spill the beans, then we must be honest.
The meadery later let me join the companions.
Gee whiz. Dogpile at the door today.
Just means I can show you the ropes.
Okay, Kodlak, what's going on?
I've been tending to the warriors of your
Thank you for
Vasco
coming.
as long as I can
Yes,
remember.
youngling. Have a seat.
Ooh.
I hear you've been busy of late.
Ayla and I work to avenge Skjor's death.
Your hearts are full of grief, and my own weeps at the loss of Skjor. But his death was avenged long ago. You have taken more lives than honor demanded. The cycle of retaliation may continue for some time. In any case, I have a task for you. Have you heard the story of how we came to be werewolves?
Well, we haven't talked to Vilkas yet, so Skjor said it was a blessing from Hircine.
Aye, that sounds like him. As in all matters of faith, though, the reality is more complicated than one believer would tell you.
So what is the truth then?
The companions are nearly 5,000 years old. This matter of beast blood has only troubled us for a few hundred. One of my predecessors was a good but short-sighted man. He made a bargain with the witches of Glenmoral Coven. If the companions would hunt in the name of their lord Hircine, we would be granted great power.
And they became werewolves.
They did not believe the change would be permanent. The witches offered payment, like anyone else. But we had been deceived.
Well, you know, they are witches after all. But aren't you more powerful now?
The witches didn't lie, of course. But it's more than our bodies. The disease, you see, affects not just our bodies. It seeps into the spirit. Upon death, werewolves are claimed by Hircine for his hunting grounds. For some, this is a paradise. They want nothing more than to chase prey with their master for eternity. And that is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home.
Oh, please don't say true Nord around someone who's ready to put an end to the Stormcloak Rebellion. Is there a way to cure yourself?
That's what I've spent my twilight years trying to find out. And now I've found the answer. The witches' magic ensnared us, and only their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly, but we can extract their foul powers by force. I want you to seek them out. Go to their coven in the wilderness. Strike them down as a true warrior of the wild. And bring me their heads, the seat of their abilities. From there, we may begin to undo centuries of impurity.
Am I to do this alone?
You shall have no shield, brother, this time. But the spirit of Ysgramor goes with you to restore the honor of his legacy. Talos guide you, lad.
Okay. So, a little bit of a chewing out. Could have been a whole lot worse. But
Some nights I dream about the mists of Sovngarde.
we can tell he's very troubled about not wanting to go
When
to
you get to be
Hircine's
my
realm.
age, you'll come. Are you still here?
Yes, I am. Let's go in here so you'll stop talking to me. Notice here, before we put an end to this one, there is a unusual stone in his bedroom. This unusual gem, we'll learn later, is a stone of Barenziah, and it's actually part of a quest that Vex will give you in the Thieves Guild. There are, I believe, 24 or 26 of them in total. They're usually scattered in the rooms of really important people. Like, for instance, Jarl Balgruf has one in his bedroom. Pretty much every Jarl has one somewhere in their castle. and there's typically a stone in every main faction, like here, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, Sanctum, and in major missions you'll see them as well. It seems like it would be an impossible task, but honestly they're just in major areas and major quests. And with that said, we are given the new quest, Blood's Honor, to bring back the Glamorrel Witch's heads so that we can reverse the werewolf disease so that Kodlak can, in fact, go to Sovngarde. And with that said, we will continue this in the next episode. Until then, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and take care, everyone.